I used to feel very stuck when choosing color palettes for my illustrations, and this is because I have so many tools and so many colors to choose from that in the end I would choose the same ones and stick to my comfort zone. But now I'm trying to experiment more, and I found some exercises that are really helping me to have more freedom and to have more fun with colors, and also to find very interesting color palettes. So I'm here today to share with you all my knowledge. Whenever I don't know which colors to use for my illustrations, I look around me and I usually get inspired by my library. There are a lot of good books inside, a lot of picture books and design magazines, and I think that especially in design magazines you can find a lot of good color combinations, because design is mainly about shapes and colors, so you won't get wrong with these kind of magazines and books. In this case, I took a home decor magazine and I tried to look for good color combination. I mean, all the combinations are good, but it depends on your preferences and what you want to see on paper. So try to let your voice guide you through this exercise. In this case, I was very interested in this combination with yellow and dark blue, but also a pop of rose and light gray. So overall, when I look for colors, I try to keep in mind some principles. The first one being that a good color combination has a light shade, a medium shade, and a dark shade. Because when you have different kind of color intensity, you also have more contrast, and contrast means also appeal and allows you to communicate even better what you want to communicate. If you want to check that you have a good contrast in your color combination, just take a photo of your color palette and then apply a black and white filter so that you can see actually which spots are lighter, which are darker, and yeah, you can see if you have a good contrast. A place where I usually find a lot of inspiration and exercises and different takes on different creative topics such as color theory is actually today's sponsor of this video, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community featuring many creative classes from illustration to animation, design, and many other creative topics. You can learn at your own pace whenever you want and also make connections with the teachers and other fellow artists. Lately, I've been really into discovering new color palettes and approaches to art, and what really helped me and also inspired me a lot was this class by Marie-Noëlle Wurm, which is called Drawing Vintage-Inspired Color Palettes in Colored Pencils. Her classes are so deep and mindful that I think every artist would benefit from watching them. If you want to check out Skillshare by yourself, you can now use my link below and get 1 full free month on the platform. I hope you'll find it inspiring as I do. Magazines are not the only source of inspiration when it comes to color palettes, but also picture books, especially old picture books where you can study old masters' art and color choices. In this case, I've noticed that Matisse was using very bright, intense shades. I mean, they all have the same intensity, but here's another principle that I usually follow when choosing colors, and you can see it right on this masterpiece, and that is combining complementary colors. I always use complementary colors in my combinations, and in this case the complementary colors are the deep orange shade of the bodies and the deep blue of the sky, and you'll see that each color palette on this page has complementary in it. So when it comes to Matisse, we can conclude that he was choosing very intense palettes, very vibrant and very powerful. And yeah, I think this is not for everyone. Personally, I'm a much softer person and I prefer using lighter shades and add just a touch of very vibrant colors. Another great source of inspiration may be food packaging and clothes labels. So overall, you can study color palettes from a lot of different artists. I also took inspiration from Van Gogh, Gauguin, and other great past artists. And now it's time to apply all this knowledge and what we preferred from these color palettes to some studies. The third principle that I stick to when choosing color palettes is color proportion. And basically this means that you have to choose which color will be the protagonist in your illustration, which one you'll use the most and which one you'll use the least. And yeah, basically that is. So in this case, for example, the dark green is very little. I think it's like 15 or 20% of my drawing, and then the pink occupies the most of my drawing. I should say like 50% because it's basically half of the square. And then there are the other colors that have the same intensity more or less, which is yellow and light green and light blue, and I think altogether represent like 30% of my drawing. Basically, I usually tend to use the bright, intense color or the very dark color just to add some touches in my drawings and to create like a direction for the viewer's eye. And then I use the rest of the colors to set the mood and for the rest of the drawing in general. In this drawing, for example, the color that will catch the eye is the red, which is very dark and bright, intense, and then the other colors like the yellow in the sky will suggest a sunny day and will set the environment and the general mood. You'll learn so much from these color palettes and test, because first of all you have to decide which color combination you want to use for your drawings, and this tells a lot about your voice as an artist and your style. And then you'll also see which colors don't work for you, and while doing this try to ask you why you don't like certain color combinations, or why you hate one specific color. Is it because it's too intense, or it's too soft, or maybe it's just the tool or the shade you're using? Maybe you don't like that kind of pink, but maybe you want a warmer pink, a peachier one. There are a lot of questions to ask while doing these exercises in your sketchbook, and these questions will help you a lot to understand who you are as an artist, what you prefer, what you want to see in your art, and why you love other people's art. And yeah, I think it's mind-blowing as an exercise, and I can't suggest you more to use it and to do it right away. Thank you so much for watching this video, and thank you for being kind and patient with my YouTube channel, because I know I'm not so consistent. I'm posting like once a month or so, I'd love to do more videos, but I sometimes struggle with finding good topics for you. I mean, I want you to get inspired by my videos, but also to get something useful from them and apply right away in your sketchbook and in your art routine, because I don't want people to think they are losing their time on my channel. Anyway, I hope I'll find a good balance someday. And meanwhile, I wish you a great weekend and I hope to see you next time in my next video. Bye!